Hello everyone, good afternoon. Today I will present feminist literary theory, a critical approach that examines how literature reflects, reinforces, or challenges gender equality. This theory emerged from broader feminist movements and aims to analyze the representation of women, gender roles, and patriarchal structures within literary texts. And by exploring these issues, feminist literary criticism helps us understand how literature participates in shaping social forms about gender. So, what is feminist literary theory? What is it? And feminist literary theory is a critical framework that studies how literature portrays women and femininity, questions patriarchal values embedded in text, and highlight the imbalance of power between genders. It also seeks to recover women's voices and experiences and examines how gender influence both writing and reading. It places women at the center of literary analysis and challenges traditional male-dominated interpretations. I'm sorry. And feminist criticism it developed in several phases. The first phase, the first phases is first wave, late 19th until early 20th century. It focused on women's suffrage and basic rights. Early feminist critics questioned the absence of female writers. Second wave, around 96th until 1980s, it concerned with identity, patriarchy, and representation in literature. Key figures include Simone de Beauvoir and Kate Millett. And the third wave, it's around 1999 until present. Emphasize intersectionality, how gender intersects with race, class, sexuality, and culture. And the key concepts like patriarchy is a social system where men hold authority over women, and also about gender roles, culturally constructed expectation about men and women, and the female voice. It attempt to bring women's experiences and perspectives into literary canon. And about intersectionality, the idea that gender oppression interacts with other forms of inequality. And there is also representation, how women are depicted in literature, either as empowered figures or stereotyped characters. Major feminist critics and thinkers like I would say Simone de Beauvoir, if I'm not mistaken. The second sex, one isn't born but rather becomes a woman. Also, I mentioned Kate Millett, Sexual Politics, Examine Patriarchy in Literary Culture. And there is Elaine Showalter. She developed genre criticism, it focusing on women as authors. And the last one I will mention Bell Hooks. She emphasized race, class, and intersectionality in feminist thought and approaches within feminist literary theory. There is 4 point: gynocriticism, Marxist feminism, psychoanalytic feminism, queer and intersectional feminism. For gynocriticism, it focuses on women as writers and creators of literature. And for Marxist feminism, it examines how capitalism reinforces gender oppressions in text. And psychoanalytic feminism analyzes how unconscious gender biases shape literary production. And the fourth, queer and intersectional feminism. It studies how gender connects with sexuality, race, and identity. And how feminist theory analyzes text. When applying feminist theory, we typically ask questions such as how are female characters represented? Are women given agency or are they marginalized? Does the narrative challenge or uphold patriarchal forms? What gender stereotypes are presented? And who has power in the story and why? For example, in novels like Jane Eyre, we can analyze that Jane's struggle for independence, also Bertha Mason as a symbol of oppressed womanhood, and how Victorian society limited women's roles. This approach helps reveal deeper gender-based structures within the text. And strengths of feminist literary theory gives voice to women writers and characters, uncover hidden bases in literature, encourage inclusive and diverse interpretation, and connects literature to real social issues, also help reconstruct literary history from women's perspectives. And some critics argue it can become too political, may generalize women's experiences, also risks reducing literature to gender issues alone. Differences among feminist group can lead to conflicting interpretation. So in conclusion, feminist literary theory is an essential tool for understanding how literature shapes and reflects ideas about gender. It challenges dominant narratives, questions power structures, and gives space for marginalized voices. By applying this theory, we not only enrich our literary analysis but also deepen our awareness of gender issues that continue to shape society today. Thank you for thank you for listening. Have a nice day. See ya.